All right, so last session, you guys had a little rendezvous before you started towards Tethra's lair. And Tink and Thaddan kind of opened up a little bit to you guys and said, hey, like, I know we might come off a certain way, but, we really need to be together in this. Once we get out of here, we can reevaluate our future together. But for now, we need to be as one. You guys then encountered the Boggles, and Tink met with Moka and talked to him a bit about like why he serves Tethra, and he was asked if they killed the dragon, to which he responded no. In the meantime, Olivax, Wink, and Enzo, I believe, went and talked to Tethra, and some charm attempts were made to get Tethra to be easier to talk to. And she saw right through it, saying, you need to be yourselves if you want to convince me. Wink then went on this little tangent to try to convince her that the Horde was like left unkept, and what should we do? So she started walking with purpose out of the cave entrance when she was stopped by Moka, and he's like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, the Horde's out there. And he's like, no, it's not. She then turns around with like a grin, like, oh, you're trying to steal my chair, and runs back to the chair. You guys then just decide, okay, we just need to shoot Moka straight and like tell him like the dragon is a much more fit leader. To which he excused himself and went and whispered something to Tethra. She then shouted out in Sylvan. I don't remember exactly what she said off the top of my head, but initiative was rolled, and you guys started attacking. Lasted 3 rounds. The most notable thing that happened was in the last round, she gazed at Tink, who fell unconscious during some psychic damage, and he noticed his skin was becoming oily and boily, and then was struck down by Enzo, and Olivax immediately went and jumped up on the chair and gave a speech about, being better and defeating the darkness and flying above our enemies, to which the Boggles took literally to like carry him like a person crowd surfing, and started worshiping him. And we ended with that, and the I think Thaddan popped out Tethra's eye, and that's where we ended things. So I turn it over to you guys on what you want to do next.
Are we on roll?
You guys are out of combat. So roll 20 is not needed.
I just want to see where our characters were physically.
Yeah, you can pull it up. Map is still there.
All right.
The way he's attacking this pickle.
What is the state of Tink?
I think the last was he was revived by Waldo, who dropped bear form, and he noticed as he started to move that his legs were bowed, and like he just has like transformed basically. And you guys asked Moka about it, and he said that she has passed her curse onto him.
Okay. I'll walk over to Wink and I will lay my hands on him ceremoniously, and I will cast, what is this called? I will cast Lay on Hands, and I'll do 5.
Doing wink or tink?
Sorry, Tink. Did I say wink or Tink?
You said wink.
I meant Tink. No offense, wink.
It's all good. I'm still a boggle.
You're worthy of healing as well. And so it says if I use 5 points or more at once, I could either cure a disease or neutralize a poison.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll lay my hands on him and let the healing Lord of Bahamut cleanse your body and soul.
As you finish your enchantment and small prayer to the Grand Master of Flowers, you notice that your healing has seemingly no effect.
I open my eyes after clenching them and I put my hand on your sweet cheek and I say, you cannot cure puberty, my friend. I've heard about this curse.
How old are you?
I don't know.
Oh no.
Dad, how old are we?
I'm just gonna look at you confused and be like, what? Why is that relevant?
He's talking about puberty. He seems a little old for that.
Are you being de-aged, Wink? Are you getting, is this like just mega acne? Are you reliving puberty just on a higher scale?
I mean, when it hits you really hard, sometimes it comes again.
I'm gonna go walk up to him, but I'm gonna whisper Olivax. He gets in his head sometimes. Just pretend that it's what's happening. I'm gonna put my arm over you like, oh, my brother. Oh, woe unto you as puberty has struck you for the 3rd time in your short life.
My testosterone is so high right now.
I know. Oh.
I'm not sleeping next to you.
I remember when I got hair on my wiener.
What is happening?
I'm gonna look to you and your hairy body and be like, and how old were you for that one?
I've had hair on my wiener a long time.
I as well, Waldo. I as well.
All right,
All
well,
right.
let's figure something out. What's the plan?
First, can we talk about what went wrong with the last one? I didn't really get to see what happened, but sorry, my wife was yelling at my son. I thought she was yelling at me. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Like crap.
I was like, oh, I need to go do something. Like I'm gonna guess your spell failed, but then I think you convinced her to go with you, but then she came back. I can't believe you convinced her to leave in the first place. Like, what happened?
So
Guy, that was my fault.
I'm still a boggle, just so you're all aware. At least I look like a boggle. And I'm like a 5-foot size, so I think I'm closer to their size as well.
I think
They're
they're like
they're like 3 feet tall. They're pretty small.
Oh, I'm too tall for a boggle.
You're like the giant boggle. You
I
see
can
them
also
like
appear-
being near you because they like want your protection.
I can appear a foot smaller too, so I'll be a 4-foot boggle. I'm still tall for a boggle.
If you crouch and hunch your shoulders a little bit, maybe you'll
Like
hit
the
it.
boggle's head is as big as its body, so you're like disproportioned boggle.
Yes, I'm terrifying, as all boggles should be. I'm the embodiment of everything a boggle wants to be. But yes, so I'm kind of fitting the boggle personality right now, so I'm probably not involved in this conversation super much. I want to make sure that the boggles are feeling like they're welcome in the group and that their new master is grand and that I want to like inspire them towards appreciating the dragon. And that's why I turned into a boggle.
I don't want to talk about what was going in my head in front of Moka. I want there to be a positive spin at the end of this thing. So I'm just gonna say, let's talk about this later. I don't think this is the time. I think we should get these little guys over to Lysara. I think that's her name. Lysara.
Yeah, you see a Mocha like packing up. He has like he's taking the sheet off of the big bed and he's like throwing everything in a pile.
I'm gonna waddle over with my bow legs and ask him if he wants any help packing up the kitchen.
He declines as always, and he seems pretty upset. Envision like the chef on Emperor's New Groove, like quitting. Like he's pretty upset. He's just like throwing everything.
If there's anything broken in there that I could mend, I would like to do that for.
Yeah, there's some chairs like around a small crappy table that you can mend. He seems impressed.
Are you bringing these chairs, Mocha? They're broken.
I cannot carry them.
Oh,
I will have to come back.
I'll carry them for you,
Thanks.
and I'll put them together and mend them. And I'll start walking to the exit, and I'll just wait there until everyone else comes.
Waldo, you do notice Tetra's massive club. I don't know if you wanted to grab that.
Yes.
Okay. It weighs like 50 pounds. It's like
Ooh.
4 feet long.
Half my length. 50-pound club, huh? Anything unique? Cool? Can I fly now?
Nope, you don't notice anything off of like just grabbing it.
Okay. Other than I know it's magical, or no?
At this point, you would not know it's magical.
Okay.
I'll walk around the chair or the throne or whatever you want to call it, and look at the throne and see if there's anything else around there that's worthwhile. And if there's any boggles there.
There's boggles everywhere. There's picture frames everywhere. As far as like anything notable, there's like old bones, like leftovers from her eating and just dropping it on the ground. That's pretty much it. Nothing of value other than what I've described.
What about the chair itself?
It's massive. It's like a chair for a giant.
But does it have any engravings into it?
No,
Anything
looks like
special?
a
It's just
normal kitchen chair.
like a big giant kitchen chair? Okay.
Yep.
Seen a lot of orgies. Hey,
What are the
you
boxes?
Bogley, you peed on me.
Oh, got him.
Oh no. But your pee is weird. Ugh. You might need a doctor.
What's a doctor?
I would help, but I don't want to see it.
It looks at you confused, and it runs off.
Oh, how many boggles are around?
There's like between 6 and 15 boggles. It's hard to keep count because they keep teleporting.
Can I just try and I'm just gonna try and walk to the other end of the room just to see how they respond to me.
Okay. Yeah, like as you walk, some of them follow and some of them like teleport like where they think you're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll hear them like whisper like, oh, this way.
Can I try to crawl through one?
Yeah, if you attempt to crawl through, you're literally just crawling through a picture frame.
It's like on the ground, like a.
Yeah. Yeah, like you'll like try to go right behind one and like it will teleport and like you try to like keep your hand with it, but it like doesn't have any effect, just goes like straight through.
Yeah, good.
I'm trying to. It's like stuck on my waist, so I'm like trying to pull it down.
You get stuck like this.
Uh,
Waldo, what are you doing?
can you help me?
Yes.
No, leave him. It's funny.
Squeeze your hands together. Quit flailing.
Suck in.
There, yes. Good job, Waldo. All right. Well, we need to travel all the way to
ground through it.
Yeah, Olivex, why don't you ask them to grab all their friends and family and anything they want to take with them, and we'll help them.
I'll try my best. All right, little ones, come here.
You see like heads popped out of picture frames and it looks like their heads are floating as some of them like look at you. And other ones gather close.
I'll get out of town. Just gonna leave this.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
I have pita bread, but I figure you don't want it.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Or just brought like a whole veggie platter in here. Right. Watch out, guys. Give me a close up. Okay. Sorry. So all the boggles, they're poking their heads out of frames. They're listening in. All right. So we're gonna have to make a little bit of a journey. So we're gonna need to get organized.
Where are we going?
We're gonna go back to your home.
Yeah.
Your real home. So I don't know if these frames are important, but if they are, I suggest you gather as many as you can. I will help. And we need to be orderly. Gather all your belongings, and we're gonna head out soon. Right?
Right.
Let's go, gang.
Shiny Grandmaster.
I am not. Grandmaster is above us.
Indeed.
Olivex,
Make him fly.
Olivex, what about the dwarf Ewoks things?
The what?
The little dwarf guys we met on the way in that were dancing.
They haven't been there the last couple times. And we can go back and
We'll
check.
do it.
Well, we gotta go out that way anyway. I guess we could ask the boggles. Hey, little ones.
Yes,
If you see
Grandmaster
those-
Shiny.
We'll deal with that later. When we came in the first time, there were little dancing dwarf bears. We haven't seen them. We haven't seen them the last couple times. But if you know where they are, let them know that we're leaving. Maybe they'd like to join.
No.
All right. We don't have much time to waste. Let's go.
You see some of them like trying to carry a picture frame, but it's like bigger than them. So they're like trying to put them on their arms and they're like falling over. And you see one of them has like this little cloth that he's carrying like a blankie. And it's like disgustingly dirty.
It's pretty cute.
I'm gonna take my staff out and show them. I'll pick up a picture frame and slide it on the staff and show them they can put a whole bunch on there and 2 can carry it and see what they do.
We carry it or you carry it?
We all have to help each other. I can help you if you would like.
Yes.
Well-
It will. They'll all gather and they'll start lining them up there, and it becomes pretty heavy. So they won't be able
Okay.
to lift it.
That's fine. I could. Hey, Waldo, could you help me with this?
Okay, I guess. Waldo
Do you
feels
guys have-
unsure about the little guys.
Do you guys have any other things to take with you? Like maybe something shiny that you have hidden?
No.
None of you have anything?
You know what's better than something shiny?
Something that's not yours?
Something shiny covered in swamp mud.
Whoa, that was a good one.
Trust me, I'm a boggle.
Okay. All right. Well, is this everybody? How many of you are there?
You see about 10. Now that all the picture frames are being picked up and there's less places for them to teleport to, see there's about 10 of them.
And that's like the total amount?
That's the total.
Okay.
So you got Moka and the 10 boggles. Some of them will hop on like the line of picture frames that you guys have. And as you guys move, they'll go, like as if they're like rowing a boat.
Thaddan, can you make sure we're not missing anybody or anything on the way out?
You just want me to make sure everyone's following us?
Well, yeah, we're not leaving anybody behind. Do a lax sweep to make sure we're not leaving anything behind.
Sure.
You have the best investigation, I believe.
If you say so. I will go ahead and do that what he said and just make sure everyone's out. Yell out we're leaving and then see if there's any shinies or things of value.
Yeah, make an
take for
investigation check. See if they left anything on accident.
Or purpose. I don't know these things. All right. That's not bad. 16 total.
16. You do find some like silver pieces. I would say probably about like 4 stashed,
Alright.
like underneath one of the legs of like the big chair. But everything else seems to be picked up. I mean, there's a bunch of picture frames still left over. Most of them are broken to some extent. And there's a couple tables with chairs and like old meat and stuff that Moka is leaving behind.
Speaking of chairs, how big is the giant's chair?
It's about 10 feet wide. And it's like 8 feet tall.
How well put together was that chair?
It looks like a piece of crap. It looks like
Like-
a massive kitchen chair that you bought from Goodwill.
Okay, so not like held together with like duct tape and string and stuff, but like
No.
actually.
It's like fastened together like an actual chair. It's just really old and unkept.
I guess I'm gonna try to convince the boggles to like hold the chair up with all of X and like in it. Like as their god, champion, whatever.
Are you suggesting this to Olivax first or to the boggles?
I'll do it to the boggles first to get to. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Okay. They will as you guys are leaving, they will usher to Oldvax. This way, Grandmaster.
We're leaving. What do you mean?
Come this way.
Is it urgent?
I think
What's
it's
that?
I think it's a sign of like your leadership. I think it's something important, all of that, because we can't offend them.
What's urgent mean?
I mean, I
Who's
told you to
urgent?
get all of your stuff before we left. Why are we going back?
He told us to.
Who did?
The furry guy.
Well,
Waldo.
Hi.
hi. These boggles are saying you told them to bring me back to the cave?
No, but he peed on me.
Right, it's not really what I asked. Maybe they're talking about the other furry guy.
I wanna hold a picture frame and put it over a boggle and see what happens.
Okay. It gets
The
frightened of
focus
you.
of this group needs to.
It
It
gets
is a
frightened
dog-
of you. It doesn't
okay.
go anywhere though. It stays there.
Dang it.
All right, so the Dawn told you to bring me. What does this matter, Thaddan?
Well, that chair seemed important. I was looking for an excuse for them to carry the chair. I'm gonna whisper this to Olivax. I just wanted an excuse to bring the chair. It seemed important to them. I didn't think they would just carry it. So I'm like, oh, if you hold it as like with your leader inside of it, it will be something, they would actually do it rather than just me just asking them.
I see. Well, I don't know much about material goods and price, but I'd say that chair's not worth a ton, and it's pretty massive.
Oh, as a religious man, not everything's about money. Some things are sentimental or have that kind of value. So that chair seemed important to them, or at least the giant lady. So I thought maybe it's got some cultural significance to them, and they'd be more willing to work with the dragon if like it had the chair. I don't know.
Maybe, but it's awfully inconvenient, and our road is long and rocky. So I say we leave it there.
It's only an hour.
That's a long way with a giant chair. You want to carry it?
No, that's why I was getting them to carry it.
I think we just go.
All right.
I don't want to sit in a chair.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm gonna whisper as I pass him by to like lead the way. Like I think Bahamut would have sat in the chair, and I would have just.
That to me.
I'll say it like under his breath, so it's just like to get it.
Yeah, I'll say it under my breath. I was like, I could have sworn Bahamut was a leader, and he would have sat in the chair, and I would have just as I walked by.
Bahamut understood humility, unlike some people.
Huh? Did you say something?
Nope.
All right, so you guys head out with the boggles. As you go, you do see when you get to the outcropping where you saw the furry guys, you do see one of them in there.
Oh, Dun. Is that you, Dun?
He will speak in Dwarvish.
I don't speak Dwarvish.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
I speak Dwarvish as well.
Dun, join us.
Dun.
Is it Dun? Is it Dun that we see?
Yeah. Yep.
Dun.
Dum, why you come? Why you come?
Oh, I forgot I have to talk like this.
We go. You come.
No.
Thaddan, come. We go.
Come, Dum. We all go. Tethra gone.
Good.
We go home. Come, Dum. Bring
It's-
friends, Dum.
Thaddan will say, no, must stay. This is not home.
You say this is not home?
We go to your home.
No, you don't.
Is this your home?
No.
Where is your home?
This is dance to rock.
Where is home?
It's going to point down. Down.
Like down?
Down.
Like hot down there, down.
Down, rock.
You'll be all alone.
No. Home, down, rock. Bye.
Bye, Dun. All right, well, Dun's gonna stay here. He said his home's down underneath the rock. Supposedly.
Dang it.
Agreed. I was really hoping he'd come with us. I don't want them to be all alone in here. But at this choice,
They don't live with us.
who do they live with?
No one. Moo.
There you go. Thanks.
I'm gonna ask Moka if he knows anything about him.
Moka will say, these creatures come here for a ritual once a week or so. Every 10 days. To praise the rocks and their gods.
What do they eat?
I do not know.
All right.
Do not
Well.
concern yourselves with them.
Well, see you later. I'll just start walking towards the dragon's lair. Do we see the dragon's lair?
You're
Or
not out of the caves
cave?
yet.
Oh, okay. Okay, then they're not to me. I'm at the exit of the cave. Never mind.
So after you guys say goodbye to Thaddan, you guys leave the cave entrance, and it is orange outside still. Again, colors are really bright. Same feelings as before. And you do notice that you've turned more, so you're like starting to face like south east instead of just east. But you do see the other cave entrance, which is like a quarter mile out of here, like down the mountain a little bit. Enzo, you do notice that there's like chalk everywhere, all over all of the mountain, like as if like you're trying to draw chalk, like drew something else that makes similar markings near to it.
So someone else drove chalk all over the mountain?
Someone or something.
Something? Okay.
And you only find it because you know you've been there before, and the bogles know where they're going. Moka does cover himself from head to toe with like extra sheet from Tetra's bed, so he's covering himself, and he has a huge sack over his back full of all of his cooking supplies. And you guys are sorry. Anything you guys wanted to do or say during this time?
I just wanted to check. Do we see any boggles still at the entrance looking for the supposed food that we left at the entrance? It was just a decoy to get them to leave.
No, so there were 2 boggles that came back at the end of the fight
Okay, good.
that didn't find anything.
Just
They
didn't
may have
want them to
mentioned
miss
it. You
out.
may have heard them like bickering with each other that there was food supposedly over here and they couldn't find it.
All right, cool. Just didn't want to leave them.
Yep, it seems like they're following one another like a flock of birds.
Is this like one cave from one mountain to a cave in a different mountain? Like we go outside, like by the trees and stuff when we do this, or what?
You're basically just walking and out of one cave entrance and then along the mountainside to another cave entrance.
Okay.
You're not like going down the mountain through forest and then back up the mountain. You're just walking alongside.
Yeah. Okay.
And again,
I'm just trying different picture frames on a random logo that comes by.
Yeah, there are some just hanging on Enzo's staff, just sitting on it, still making those rowing noises. You do see rocks like seemingly playing tag with each other still, and you see like out in the distance like a bunch of trees like moving in like weird ways, as if one is like bending back and forth like this. And you see one where like it looks very bare, and then all of these like butterfly looking things land on it, and then it looks like a tree and it like gets lost in the rest of the tree line. And then you guys enter into the cave entrance of Tethra. And when you guys head down, Olivax, you feel like you are being watched by something heavily. No one else you guys get this eerie feeling like you did last time, but Olivax, you know that you're being watched. Like you have this feeling like you know that someone is watching you.
All right. I'll kind of like peel away and kind of like suggest Enzo to come a little bit closer to me. And say, Enzo, do you feel that?
I feel it kind of awkward in here, of course, but
Yeah.
nothing more than that.
Something's watching us.
Just like last time.
Do you feel its eyes?
Oh,
I feel its gaze.
that could be. It could be the dragon. It could be some of those weird dragon servants. Or is it something more powerful, you think?
I don't know. I'm hesitant.
Well, maybe Lysara will know.
Maybe. Sorry. Are you sure you don't know more about this feeling?
I don't feel anything.
I feel like
that
you're not
did
telling me
before.
something.
That I'm not telling you something?
Yeah.
No.
You sure?
Unfortunately, I got nothing new for you. What about you, Waldo?
No, too late.
Are you in love with Enzo, Olivex?
What? Excuse me?
You said
Am I in love?
you was feeling something, and you wanted to know if he felt it too.
Not that kind of feeling.
Olivex, he's got a point. Is this because we haven't had our conversation by the fireside yet, Olivex?
No, guys, this is serious. I feel like something is watching.
I feel like Enzo knows or has maybe an idea. And it's just not telling me for some reason. And I feel like Waldo is helping him hide it.
I'm gonna make a insight check.
Go ahead, make an insight check.
I'm gonna guidance him because I'm feeling off too.
Oh, well, your guidance proved completely useless since I rolled a natural 1.
Who's your
Yeah,
insight check on? You or all of X?
All of that.
Yeah, it was definitely all of X. I think he doesn't necessarily see things. I believe see things the way they actually happen.
Yeah, you'd think that he's just being like dramatic yet once again, and maybe being in the Fey realm or this realm has some sort of effect, but seems like it's Olivax being Olivax.
I'm gonna totally just blow him off like, oh, all of X. Like, there's no way our friends would hide something like this from you. But I'm gonna like lean closer to him and kind of like whisper in his ear. Keep your eye out. I'll keep an eye out too, just in case. Don't want them to catch on, maybe that we're watching or are aware of them.
Who are you saying that to?
You.
You said we could trust each other.
Information is power. If they don't know that we know they're there, that's something in our favor.
So you don't believe me?
I just said I'll keep an eye out for them as well. And as I walk away from him, I'm gonna make a perception check to see if I spot anyone too.
Okay, make a perception check.
That was a lot better than a 1. 16.
16. As you guys travel down, I mean, it looks exactly the way you guys left it. Again, there's like these spurts of hallway, quote unquote, parts of this cave where there's no light and parts where there are light and it's branching off, and you guys are taking the exact same path. I mean, there's a lot more of you now with the boggles, but everything seems identical.
I'm gonna pull out my book. I'm gonna start sifting through it. And I'm gonna pull out a rock and I'm gonna light it up so I can read because it's pretty dark in here. And I'm gonna like put it up to Olivax and keep reading. And
Yeah.
What
it doesn't
What is this?
make sense.
What are you all doing to me?
Hold on. And I'm gonna put the rock on his forehead and I'm gonna read. And I'm gonna turn the book upside down. And okay, yeah, this is making sense. And I'm just gonna walk away.
You're not gonna tell me what it is?
It's hard to explain. Be
Well, why
quiet,
don't you
though.
try?
And I'm just gonna walk.
Once again, someone knowing what's going on and not telling me.
I'm gonna put my hand on my head and just be like, so much for keeping up the act. I've been keeping an eye out. I haven't seen anybody. Everything looks exactly the same. I'm not saying
I'm
there's
telling
nothing
you,
there.
I'm being watched.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I haven't spotted them. Is anyone else? I'm gonna look to everyone else. I was gonna
Well,
stop.
your brother claims to know the answer. Why
I'm
don't
gonna
you
go.
get him to
I'm
tell
gonna
us?
again. I'm gonna go close to them and be like, my brother claims a lot of things. How's that third puberty going, brother? How are you feeling about that?
Haven't hit it. I'm on number 2.
Number 2. And I'm gonna be like, see, you're gonna trust him like without like saying it. I'm just making gestures.
I guess I'm the foolish one for trusting the people who said we could trust them.
I'm gonna
be
walk
like,
back.
I'm just gonna be like, he's like, I'm like, dude, I'm literally looking for people. I'm gonna look to everyone else. Does anyone else spotted anything? He seems convinced that you guys have spotted something.
What do you know that I don't?
I literally don't know anything. I've literally tried to play to what you've said, work with you, and you seem to think we're playing a joke on you.
Thaddan, can you roll an insight check on Thaddan, please?
Who?
On Thaddan. You're rolling an insight check on Thaddan. Yep.
6.
6. Out of everyone, you for some reason are believing Thaddan more than the rest.
Now I
But
know I'm under a spell.
take that as it's will.
Absolutely.
Hey, Olivex,
So
we're
I try-
in the Feywild. It could be anything. I don't really feel the way you do. I just feel the same as we did last time. Nothing different, but you might be right.
I wish I could believe you. I'm reluctant to trust anything.
and then I'll lean to Thad, and then
Please just keep an eye out and don't lie to me, please. I feel like you're the only one I could trust right now.
I'm gonna be like, I'm like gonna break my cover, like my poker face, and be like actually surprised that he said this to me. And then I'm gonna quickly put it back on and just be like, whisper back to him. I'll continue looking, and I'm gonna do another hardcore. I'm gonna ask everyone else, like again, has anyone else spotted anything? Olivex is convinced that you guys have seen something, and if you haven't seen anything, perhaps he is under the influence of something.
Hey, Wink, what about you?
Lysandra, she watches. I think so.
I'm gonna be so mad at him. You're playing your part too well, friend.
Well, I don't
think
feel
so.
indifferent. Waldo, you?
Oh boy, it's an azurite stone. I've been looking at my stones and I discovered that I have one. Oh no, I didn't even know.
Is that an important
Waldo-
ingredient for a spell or something, Waldo?
Is that what's making me feel this way?
Look at it. Oh,
Your reaction totally reminds me of Kronk in Emperor's New Groove when he was doing exotic bird bingo. Like that's exactly what I'm picturing right now.
this is probably the only one.
And is that a needed spell ingredient for you? Can you do something really cool with that?
No. but it's
Oh,
pretty.
it is pretty, isn't it? That's beautiful. Wink, why are you still one of them?
Well, I thought there'd be more resistance. Usually, you don't just get a whole bunch of people giving you free labor without some sort of quarrel. And so I tried to blend in just in case we had any problems with them wanting to run away and do their own thing after all we killed their master. But it seems they are pretty committed to our cause, so maybe there is no need for me to continue in this form.
I'm gonna look to the Boggles and be like, did any of you buy that he was actually one of you guys?
Big boggle.
Huh? Color me surprised.
My guy.
My God.
Hey, they are incredibly loyal for being absolutely fresh to our team.
We did kill something twice our size.
Yes, we are impressive, I guess.
Will Olivex, potentially the dragon is watching us. It seems someone did indeed feel similar to you.
Yes, I do believe it is the dragon. I mean, it seems to be that she could see us last time we were here, so I'm not bothered by the idea that someone is watching us, so long as it is her.
And I'm going to make a big grand gesture that we have succeeded in our mission. We have brought the Boggles and the Shadow Goblins, and we can't wait to meet her again. And then I'm going to whisper to everybody, if anyone has a way to see invisibility, and remember what I said about puppets and puppeteers? maybe things aren't so simple. Just be on your guard. And then just I'm gonna like start ushering everybody to like keep walking.
Yep. So at this point, you guys pass where you fought the mean locks. And there's still you don't see any like carcasses there from like when you originally fought them. They were there when you left. They're not there anymore. And you guys get all the way to where you start seeing it to turn from a cave to
I had
more
2 more
square.
bottles of that guacamole stuff.
Get that guac. So yeah, you guys get to the entrance where you see the 2 pillars for Lysara. And you hear the Boggles getting very excited because they know that they're getting close to home. Moka seems very tired.
Whatever you want, offer on.
All right,
And
little
you-
ones, be on your best behavior. We're almost there.
The missionaries have surprise visit me. I'll be back.
Sounds good.
Follow us, Bahamut.
But yeah, you guys get to Lysara. You see her in the distance. Same form as before. Looks like a topaz dragon. You do not see any cloaked figures. And you do hear a voice saying, "Ah, you've returned."
We have let your people go.
Yes, you have.
We have slain Tetra, and we have brought you the Boggles, as promised. Against the darkness we shall prevail.
Yes, indeed. Well, my many thanks for retrieving the Boggles. And she will like go introduce herself, and the Boggles will be like, "Oh, big shiny."
Yeah.
And they're like immediately going to like run.
Don't
and, like,
pick at his scales.
start bowing. And she will basically introduce herself and let her know that she will be the keeper of where they live now and will be protecting them. And she'll like lay some ground rules, like not to touch her paintings. They can have theirs wherever they want, just not to touch her stuff. And then she'll address Moka, and she will deeply apologize and give like a 5-minute long speech on how they were digging so far that they were actually intruding into another dragon's territory, and it would have destroyed everything you see before you. And if she did not take action swiftly, that it may have been too late, and she feels horrible for them dying, but they would not surrender, and hopes that she can prove her friendship to Moka. And Moka just nods and asks her where the kitchen is to see if he can set up in there. And she gets really excited and says she has a bunch of books, things to teach him, and he just brushes her off. So that's how
You
that
also
encounter
promised
goes.
to give back his lantern.
Yes, I did. And she will go grab the lantern, which looks like an upside down skull with like strings. And it's like green and yellow string. It's like, looks like it's magical. And she'll like twirl it in a circle, and then like it anywhere like you no longer can see like the top half of her body. It's just pure darkness. And she will hand it to Moka, and Moka basically will be encapsulated in this darkness. and he will walk off as you see like this cloud of darkness just moving along.
Whoa, that thing was cool. That was much cooler than I thought it was.
Yes, I have a book on it if you would like to learn more.
On how to make them?
Oh, I do not know how to make them. It just discusses the properties of it and some theories on how it may be crafted.
Tink, why don't you go check that book out? That might be a good thing for us to have.
I'm already at the books looking through them. I'm not paying attention. I'm looking for some books on puberty and or curses or diseases.
She'll ask you what you're looking for and she'll say, I must insist, please do not remove any books without my knowledge, as everything has its rightful place.
Here's a little chicken.
Well,
what happened to you?
I was cursed with second puberty, as you can see.
That doesn't look like puberty, my child.
Well, I was afraid of that. What is it?
I
And
have
I'm
a
gonna
few
say in
books
my
on the
head,
subject.
make it sound really cool.
I can't give a proper diagnosis without knowing all of the aspects of what you're feeling, but I believe if we spend some time, I might be able to give a proper diagnosis of what this is. Was this given to you by the Fomorian?
Yes. I
Ah.
believe it was her dying wish.
Well, hopefully it's not as complex as the Darklings, as they have gone on their merry way, as we have come to a conclusion that there is no cure for their disease.
There's definitely a cure for this one. I'm not worried about it.
She will nod and say, well, browse if you'd like, and let me know what you're thinking. I do have some books. If you will just give me one moment, and she'll put up her claw as I talk with the rest of your group on our deal that we made. Agreement.
Good.
And she will turn and thank you so much for delivering the boggles and the one shadow goblin. I wish there were more shadow goblins, but a agreement is agreement. So I will lead you to old Balubas, and he knows where the gate is.
What was the name?
Balubas.
Balubas?
Mm-hmm.
Can you spell it?
BalOobas. Balubas. Could be a US at the end. It's up to you. Whatever you're feeling.
AS. All right.
Do you want to go there now? I will need to let him know that you're coming, as well as I have a spell I can cast that will lead you directly to him. I don't feel comfortable leaving right this second, but I can cast a spell that will take you directly to him.
How far away is he?
What color was the sky when you came in?
Orange.
Orange.
Orange. Well, in that case, it's probably half a day's journey. Maybe less.
Yummy.
Depends how many trees are in your way.
Well,
We just got out of a pretty intense altercation with Tetra. A lot of my friends and myself could use a bit of rest. So would it be possible to bunk up here and then head out after all rest?
Yes, you are more than welcome, as always, to stay. You may now cast light in the room where the boggles will be living, if there are any beds left when you get in there.
Can I ask a couple questions?
She's going to look, as you say that, she's going to look to Tink, and she's going to say, keep the pages of prophecy safe. And then turn back to you.
I'm gonna look up and with a questioning look, pull out my book and look down at it and just nod my head.
You had a question for me,
A couple.
Olivax.
Yeah, first
Yes.
one is where did the Darklings go?
The Darklings live on another mountain that's on the other side of the forest. It's a very far travel. They left right after you guys left, as we concluded that there was nothing else for me to do for them. I discussed it with their head Darkling, and I sent them on their way. You might see them on your travels to Balubas if you're quick enough, but you guys are going to be taking rest. Probably won't see them.
Well, my second question is the moment I stepped in this cave, I felt like someone's watching me. And I've had this uneasy feeling ever since. And I was wondering if you knew anything about that.
I don't. Have you encountered any creatures or anything?
Not since Tetra. I had one of those creatures we fought before we got to you. It got into my mind. But it wasn't this kind of feeling. And we've since disposed of the one that had gotten into my mind. So I don't believe it's that.
Olivax, why do you think that you're so serious?
Why do I think I'm so serious?
Yeah. Like, what made you that way?
Well, I was born with purpose. And I guess I've always seen my life as a mission of sorts to obtain the greatness that Grandmaster had bestowed before me. So I take that seriously.
Indeed. Well, like your life, as you have been molding and preparing to be serious, there are other things that will try to change who you are here, as influence is much swifter than it is in the material plane. So, though you may have spent years training yourself to be disciplined, that can be overturned with a snap of a finger, depending on what you encounter here. You see, Meanlocks are paranoid by nature. So it is not uncommon for those that they influence to become like them.
And that's the creature we fought.
Indeed.
What are those called again? Sorry.
They're called Meanlocks.
Meanlocks.
And they're born out of paranoia and hatred, betrayal, And you see, I have a kind of a sense of intriguement and enthusiasm. And I hope that you feel that influence while you're here.
I do. Your presence is calming and assuring.
That warms my heart. But fear not, these feelings will go away, hopefully when you reach home. However, sometimes they can have lingering effects.
Is there anything I could do to stop it?
Pray.
I can do that. All right. Well, that's everything I had. I don't know if any of my friends have questions, but thank you.
My pleasure. Anything else anyone wanted to ask? Enzo, Waldo, Wink?
I'm gonna ask if she has any more of those boggle frame teleportation spells that she gave to Wink that I could learn.
What are you doing?
Is that what happened? Or am I remembering it incorrectly?
She will say if you ask for like a similar spell. Oh yes. She'll say, ah, yes, I forgot. I almost forgot about that. I was going to teach you that. I can share it with Wink, as I believe he might be the only one capable of casting this spell. However, he will have it forever, hopefully. If he doesn't write it down, I will give him a scroll. And if he reads the scroll, it will cast a spell, but he may be able to copy the spell into his spellbook, which will allow him to keep it forever. It might just... So yeah, I guess it will be up to him. I don't know. Do you know how to copy arcane writings, young Tink?
I haven't tried.
It does require special ink.
Oh,
Okay.
But yes,
You have
let me
any
go.
of that?
I'm willing to trade for it. I cannot just give it freely.
I got
do have-
hilts. You need some dagger hilts. They're fresh.
No. I'm more interested in writing, like books, scrolls, maybe some of those rocks that Waldo has.
Oh, I got some rocks.
Waldo, are you willing to trade rocks for books or scrolls or ink or paintings?
Tink needs a book. I could trade.
Okay. She'll go dig through her pile of papers and she will give Wink the scroll. And she will say, this spell, you guys will know it as Vortex Warp. So it is a scroll of Vortex Warp,
Dope.
which allows you to teleport someone 90 feet who's willing in a place that you can see, I believe is the spell. It's second level spell, I believe. I could be wrong.
It's gonna be great.
So, yeah. So
Do you have, you said you do have magical ink?
I do have magical ink. I use it to write some scrolls.
Fabulous. I might have something that interests you in trade, if you'd like to part with some of that.
Okay, what did you have in mind?
Well, let's see. How much of it do you have? Do you have quite a bit?
I'm not willing to part with most of it as I need it, but I'm willing to part with a small amount. How much do you require?
Well, you see, I have a I just have a need for it for copying down spells in the future. So trying to think of how best to what I could trade for it. I don't have a lot on me.
I may not be the best proprietor as since I have such a low supply. As you know, economics, it might be a bit higher price, an inflated amount, you would say.
Oh, I see. Okay. So it isn't like you have a teeming amount of it or anything like that.
It's actually really difficult for me to get, as I have to travel pretty far. So I would not like to part with it if I didn't have to, but if it's something you need desperately, I am willing to trade.
That's okay. I wish I had more for you that I could trade, that I could provide to you. Perhaps if we come and visit again, who knows? Maybe we'll have a way to come back and visit sometime.
I would hope so.
Lysara, do you happen to know or have any books on how to make this ink?
That is a fantastic question, Tink. I do have some books here. Now, where did I put them? I'll need a couple hours to think where I last put it. I'll remember it, though.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah, for sure.
Dang it. That would be a 11.
Are you trying to?
I want
you
to
think-
see if she's. I just have the feeling like she's just like giving us fake things. So I want to see if she's just ripping us off. Like, does she really? When she says, "Oh, I might have a book," I want to see if she's lying. Like if she really does have a book, or she's just taking what she can from us.
From what you can tell, she loves your company and seems to have told you the truth ever since you've met her. Her tone seems sporadic to you, but seems truthful. Any other questions? Think you guys wanted to ask? Enzo?
Okay.
Do you have any books on how to create magical items?
That depends on which item.
Well, something specifically to help me see in the dark.
Yes. There are things that you can make to help you see in the dark. Which book do you want first? I'm gonna have to think where I place these books. I just reorganized, as you can see. So what
Something
would
with
you
a
like?
lot of pictures.
Pictures. Hard pressed to find lots of pictures in these books. I do have paintings if you'd like to look through those in the meantime. But do you want to first chat about the curse? Do you want to chat
Yes,
about the
please.
eye seeing in the dark?
Curse, then eyes.
And then the ink?
Yes, ink
Okay.
last.
In that order?
No. Curse, ink, eyes.
Okay. I can do that.
And that's all for me.
Enzo, did you want to say anything?
You are muted.
He's not muted.
Oh, never mind. I think that's a no.
I take silence as a no.
I have a question. That sword on Enzo's waist, do you know anything about it?
I can only see the hilts. There are many swords with crystal hilts. She would ask Enzo to unsheath his sword if he was willing.
on the second date.
I take that he's either away or something. So I will not, I will assume he says no unless he's here.
I can create a picture, I think 5x5 size on
Like
any
an
surface.
illusion?
Yes. With one of my features, and
Mhm.
I just want to cast a picture of the sword.
Okay. She will gasp and say, "Oh my, this is the sword he carries? Oh, here he is. This is a artifact. How did you get this?"
Well, you see there were some floating rocks in the ceiling. It's a long
Can you guys
story.
hear me now?
I can
Yep.
hear you now.
Okay.
What did you
Can you
not
hear me?
hear?
Well, I was trying to talk before, but last I heard was, I'll ask him if he could sheathe the sword.
Oh yeah, she was asking if you would show her the sword.
Yeah. I'll pull it out.
She will gasp and ask you how you retrieved such a magnificent artifact.
We found it in a on our planet in a mine. Or not our planet, our whatever you call it.
So you just found it. No one,
State of existence.
you didn't have to take it from anybody or anything. It was just there for the taking, you say.
Pretty much.
Well, I had to break the trap first, and then he was allowed to pick it up.
A trap, you say? Do tell.
Well, I picked it up and I got jolted.
She's gonna start laughing. Oh, you are so silly. This, and she's gonna point to it. This sword is ancient. This sword was forged by someone named Collinwyn, who is a great elf forger. And this is all legend. However, he is said to be from a place deep in the forest, and to help protect them, he literally got metal from a god. It's called the sun metal, and he forged swords for him and his knights to protect themselves from the evils that threaten their civilization. And you see, this was one of them. This sword is the Sword of Stars. It has many properties, which I do not know all of them. I know some of them. However, there are certain people that will kill you to get this sword. It might be best that you do not draw it in the company of those you do not know. If you would like, I would be happy to study this sword while you rest to see what more I can learn about it, as there are magics that reveal certain traits about magical items. You are welcome to be here as I do it if you would like.
Yes, I would love to learn with you. The more I know, the better. It seemed so natural when I picked it up. It seemed like it was meant for me. I got a feeling that it was just.
Yes, yes,
for
that's
me
what I was
specifically.
going to say. Yes, it only works with elves or those of elvish lineage. If someone of not elvish lineage tries to wield Arcturus, the Sword of Stars, it will literally try to kill you. And that,
So you're
and that
saying
Tink,
this
is what
ancient
you
legendary
experienced.
sword tried to kill me and it failed.
Precisely.
Okay. I'm like just in the back smiling, like, yeah, I'm bad A.
I'm just so excited that these swords actually exist. These are now just legends, books that people mock me for.
Do you have any
saying,
more information on them?
I might have stashed it over. No, it's not there. I might have a book on the Teeth of the Dragon legend, but I don't know what else I have. We are literally going to be writing the book on this sword together.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I love books.
I am so excited. Tink, can I write this first? Or if that's okay with you, I would like to prioritize this sword, as I will most likely never see it again. Your curse, I most certainly will see again. I can figure out what that does later.
Oh, well. For Enzo, I will do this. And for you.
She's gonna flap her wings like excitedly, and you feel like wind rush on your face. Well, let's get started right away then. Is there anything else you require of me before I start doing this? I would not like to be distracted. Okay then. Enzo, do you know how to write?
Does anybody else have anything they would like? Okay. I do.
Awesome. Can you take that quill over there in that empty book and come sit by me?
Absolutely.
Do you know how to write in Elvish?
Yep.
It seems only appropriate that this entry be in Elvish to honor Collinwyn and his knights.
I 100% agree.
She seems giddy. So you guys have the time to go rest or do whatever it is you like in here. She does ask that you do not touch anything and do not disturb her. If you need books, do please ask her now what you want. If she does not know where it is, you will have to wait after she is done with this sword.
What if I'm already touching everything? Are there consequences to just drawing out books and reading them?
If you attempt to touch a book, she will snap at you, like angrily dragon snapping at you.
Okay, so she's probably done that a couple times to me already, and I've understood at this point that she doesn't like it. So I'll ask before she gets invested about studying spells. Specifically, I'm looking at learning how to detect magic, how to cast shield, how to cast or how to create alarms. Basically just utility spells or spells like that. I'm trying to learn more about them and try to add them to my repertoire.
She will mention that she knows all of those spells. They're in a book somewhere. You'll have to wait.
Ah, very well.
And she will also mention that you'll need ink to transfer these spells.
Yes. So when I touch things, when she's super distracted with everything else,
she
is it
knows
like
immediately the second you touch something.
Okay, anything. Even if I like
even if you
kick
like
something.
barely like you try to be careful and just like slide something out just like by an inch, she knows that you moved
okay,
something.
good. I'm sure I figured that out early on then, because I'd probably be touching everything. So I guess I guess I just sit down with a good book and be studying if that's the case.
Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do? Are you guys taking a long rest during this time?
Yeah, I think people are pretty beat up. I want to do a couple things. I want to see if there's any kind of life in here besides the obvious, like maybe insects or anything. Anything natural in here, and just interact with it like Waldo normally does. And then I want to cast Detect Magic on the club and see what I found, and if I can see if it's magical, and then figure out how it works.
Yeah. Make a investigation check for me as far as like finding bugs and things that live in here.
Hello. That's +1, so 11.
11. You don't see anything that sticks out like as far as bugs. It's pretty clean in here. There's also like corridors that lead out of this place. Like if you enter in, there's the 2 pillars. There, it does break off to the right and like go that way, and it also breaks off to the left and goes a different way. You do remember her saying the first time that if you explore, there are things that lurk in these caves, and she will not like save you from them if you disturb them. So that does remind you.
You just hear Waldo getting slaughtered like down the cave. Ooh. Okay, so no buggies, and then I inspect my club that I found.
Yes, as you cast Detect Magic, you see magic stuff everywhere in here. Your club is magical, the sword magical, the things that people are wearing are magical. You see a bunch of like magic papers, inks, books, paintings, lots of magical things in here. Mostly like surrounding her like hoard in the middle and on the shelves in the back. But your club does give off a magical aura.
Would there happen to be any magical auras around objects that I didn't know were there?
Nothing invisible that you didn't see.
Okay. All right, then I'll just holds the club and try to learn it.
Okay. Yep. So you can do that over your long rest.
Yep.
Enzo, she will cast Identify on your item. That I believe that takes 10 minutes or something like that. And she is telling you the story of the teeth of the dragon, like you already have heard it before. Basically, it's made from Iliar, like it because it's like a see-through sword in the middle, and there's like these star effects in there. And then the outline is like this whitish looking aluminum metal. And she tells you this outlined is Iliar, which is the sun metal that was given to Collinwind by a god. And she'll point out the C on the bottom of the blade and say all of his blades have this. There's supposedly 6 of these. No one knows where they are. They all do different things. Some are seemingly more powerful than others. And she'll say that all of them typically will make you more efficient in battle, which is the +2 part to the +2 to hit. She then tells you the abilities that it can do. You know the Starry Sight ability, which is as an action, you can cast light in a 20-foot bright light and a 20-foot dim light radius on top of that, and you can dismiss it as a free action. She then tells you that these swords are artifacts as the longer that you're with these swords and the better you become at using it, the more abilities that they unlock. And she will mention one of them that you can get to if you spend enough time with the sword. And it is called Sponge. Once per day as a reaction, the wielder can cast the Absorb Elements spell to half any elemental damage, as the damage is seemingly lured into the sword itself. So if you can cast Absorb Elements basically, and it will absorb it into the sword once per day.
Okay.
Yeah, eventually. She says eventually.
Oh, gotcha.
She then mentions the part about the elf, like you have to be an elf to wield this, or else you must make a con save or take force damage, which is it trying to kill you, and you have to make that save once per day. So there are ways around it, but so yeah, that's what you learn about the Sword of Stars. She does tell you like stories of like the warriors seemingly like killing certain things and how honorable they were, and that they lived for many, many years, longer than typical elves do. So yeah, that's what you learn about the sword.
Wow. This is it seems like a whole adventure looking for the swords. And you thought it was just a legend. Does that mean you've never heard of any of the other swords being found?
I have not heard of any swords being found. Some people say that some can control dreams, that some can control, like help you see the future, that some help you control the darkness. These are all myths. I've also read that some say that there's more than 6 swords, but most legends say there are 6.
Man, it's amazing. I just came across this thing. We weren't even looking for it.
Would you be open to trading for this?
Unfortunately, it just feels like it's part of me now. It would be like losing a part of my body.
I can see that. I'm very happy
just-
for you, Enzo. Please be a great steward and do not lose it.
I appreciate all your help. And I'll do anything I can to keep it. It's like I said, as soon as I picked it up, it was like my eyes were open for the first time. Like we were meant to be together. And I'm still so giddy that I have it. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it and how to use it. Everything's happening so fast.
She is going to interrupt you and say, actually, I know I have a book about this and there's more things to know. And she goes and grabs a bunch of books and she starts looking through them. And after of like 30 minutes of silence of her just like with both arms, like not even looking, like just looking straight and like using her peripheral vision, like look through 2 books at once and read 2 books at once, she says, oh, I knew there was more. The legend says once a sword is attuned, if taken or lost, can be called back at any time to the one bonded to it. The only way to truly claim is if the owner is dead or is given it willingly.
Wow.
So even if I took this from you and try to hide it, it says here
I could just
could
ask, say, come
demand
on
that
back.
it return. Yeah, like a dog or a bird call or something.
Is there anything in there about it being like able to speak to me? Like, does it have its own mind?
No, it does
hasn't
not have any.
said
Does not have
anything to me
any.
yet.
They do not have sentience from all the
Oh.
legends.
Okay. Well,
But I must warn you, if you are ever in danger of losing this or being killed, I must implore that you deliver this to me at once so I can be its safekeeper. I know I cannot wield it, as I am not an elf, but it's better to be in my hands than in the hands of an enemy.
yes, but I don't know how I would ever get back to you if that was true.
Call me to
I
you.
mean, like, just say, hey, come get it.
She is going to hand you
Show
a
up.
scroll and say, this scroll has my magic on it. If you read this scroll, you'll be able to speak to me for 1 minute uninterrupted and I will hear you. Only me. Tell me where you are, and I will fetch you at once.
Well, I appreciate that. It's hard to know who to trust and not to trust, especially about something like this. Except for my party, you're the only one who knows that I have it. And we're all in the dark about it.
Not anymore.
Looks cool. And it makes light.
It is very cool, as you say.
What about if I wanted to make it look like it, not look like the sword? Could I disguise it somehow?
I do not think that its magic can be hidden.
No,
I've
not the
heard-
magic. The-
I've heard of
the
some
look of
swords
it.
being hidden by magic through lead, but I don't know if it will have the same effect with this magical artifact.
Yeah, if there was somehow I could make it look less, it just looks like it's like the sword of a king. I'm afraid that anybody who sees it is going to know it's a special sword, even if they don't know what it is.
I do not know of ways to make there are certain magical swords and things that can change form on command, but I do not know of one to use on this weapon. Do not believe there is one. But if you find
Yeah, I was
one, please
wondering-
let me know.
Yeah, if there's like a disguised self.
Wait, I wonder
spell
if
or
he...
something.
No, he doesn't know. I wonder if you could go... No, that doesn't work. Anyways, I'm gonna go help Tink. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Thank you for showing me Arcturus, the Sword of Stars.
I appreciate the information and the scroll.
All right, Tink. She's going to look through some books with you. She's going to ask you what your symptoms are, as she has like 30 books in front of her.
Before we begin, I have a question to ask.
Oh, if this was happening, I probably would have given you the eye in case that would have been a help for the dragon and curing you.
Say that again?
I would have
She
given you
will-
its, like, cursed eye beforehand. I probably wouldn't be there with you, but I would have given it to you to be like, hey, I kept this to maybe hope find a cure for you.
Okay. Okay. I'm guessing it's freaking huge in my hands.
She will say no, but that might be able to be helpful in making things that help you see in the dark.
Oh, ho, ho! I will gently put it in my pack. We'll save that for later. But back to my question. Before things begin, I was laying in my bed last night and I kept hearing boggle, boggle, and they seemed really happy. And I was thinking, man, I don't remember my mom, and I grew up in an orphanage, and I was thinking, maybe you can adopt me and Thad, and you could be our mom.
Okay.
Obviously, we can't stay here, but I mean, just think about it. Just two kids out adventuring, and
Well, how would I take care of you if you're not here?
I don't know. Maybe you have like a scroll that we can talk every once in a while.
Gave one to Enzo, but it's a
Okay.
one use only.
Um,
You should only use that scroll if you're going to die and lose the Sword of Stars. I don't have more of those scrolls.
or my life, right? Mom,
What?
right?
What about your life, son?
I mean, my life is worth more than a sword.
Don't ask me that question again.
I'm sorry, Mom. Okay. What were we gonna talk about? Yes.
Your symptoms.
My symptoms.
And as you tell her all of your symptoms, she starts closing books and trying to narrow it down.
And I was, look at my legs. Look how bowed they are. What's going on?
According to this book, all you need is rest.
I slept all night.
I thought you just came from Tethra.
What time of day is that? I thought I was sleeping.
You guys
I
went
don't
to
know.
Tethra.
I'm losing track of
Or sorry,
time. So what you're
Lysara.
saying is I just need to go to bed.
Yes, and we'll see if it fixes it.
Okay.
You see, the thing with troubleshooting issues is you always start with the most simple thing first.
Oh boy. How many things are on this list? What if sleep isn't the answer?
This one has 46 steps.
Oh, how much time do I have?
It doesn't say that it's going to kill you. It looks like this is just you now until your body rejects it.
Am I getting worse progressively?
No, it seems to have been the same.
Okay. Okay. So 46. Okay. I can handle
45 after this one.
that. Right. Okay. Do you have that list for me?
It's in this book. Do you speak Elvish?
Can you translate it for me?
I can translate it. Do you want me to do that now?
I'll have
Do you have
Wink,
something to write with?
I'll have Wink translated in the morning.
Okay.
But he will have access to this book, right? Can I keep it with me?
No, you must leave it here, unless you would like to trade. I need these books. When people come to visit, I'd like to have answers. What if you were
You're
the
right.
next one to come and I didn't have it?
You're right. Okay, yeah, in the morning we'll get it again.
Okay.
Okay. Ink, talk to me.
Ink?
Yeah, magic ink.
Oh, you're wanting to make ink. Oh yeah, okay. She's going to get more books. This is taking a while at this point. Like that took you about an hour and a half. This is taking you more time.
I'm just gonna go run and get Wink while she's looking so he can start translating.
Okay.
What's up, Tinker?
Wink, I need your brain. Follow me, and I will run back with the dragon.
Runs back all
Okay.
bowed. He's like starting to hunch like Tethra did, like with his shoulders like up. Think of like the guy from 300.
Perfect visual.
Hurry! Start to translate. I'm getting a hump.
All right. I'll get going on his book.
All right. She says that there is a formula to make the ink. However, it differs. There's many different ways to make it. Seems like the simplest one is the blood of a unicorn mixed with actual ink. Is the simplest way.
Had my hands on a unicorn, but of course I didn't kill it because.
Well, you don't have to kill it to get the ink.
What?
You can just cut it and make it deep enough because Tink, unicorns naturally heal themselves. So if I slice one with a knife, in about a minute or so, the slice would be gone, like it was never there. So what you can do is if you cut deep enough and you put like a cup or a mug or something, you can get the blood. However, you'd have to mix it quickly as it will coagulate and no longer be usable.
Okay. This is a good option. It's like milking a cow.
It's black magic, Tink. Don't do it.
Well,
Speaking of cows, also another recipe here, it says if a cow is bitten by a vampire, you may use the milk of the cow mixed with ink to make magical ink.
Okay. What else?
There are other ones involving elemental water or elemental ooze.
What?
but those seem
Like a
more.
pimple?
No. Think of oozes like a booger that's alive and like as big as your head, and it can move. I
Like
believe
Slimer.
some of them call them puddings. And if you get pudding and you are able to detoxize the acid, you can mix it with ink and you can make it that way. There's many more in here, but they get more convoluted the farther down I go on the list. Might just be better to get the blood of a unicorn or milk a
Yeah,
vampiric cow.
Let's just I'll have Wink make a list of this too.
All right.
I know I'm not there, but did you say milk a vampiric cow? Because this is now my goal of this campaign is to find and milk a vampiric cow.
This is how we start our MLM.
What the heck is a vampiric cow?
I don't
I
know,
just-
but I need it.
A vampiric cow is a cow bitten by a vampire, and approximately, it says here, 8 hours after, before it fully dies, you can milk it, and the milk will give off a magical property that allows one to mix it with ink. It creates magical ink.
Questions. I'm sure this is a common question, but what if the cow was bit by a werewolf and then we milk it? I mean,
Oh, it actually has something here about werewolves. It says if you can get the blood of a werewolf while it has silver inside of it, the blood must specifically come from the tongue, then that will also work.
okay. I don't know if that's sustainable, but that's
Most of these are one-time uses. That's why the price is so heavily.
the cow can only
sought
be used
after.
one time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, a cow can give like a gallon of blood, of milk.
It's true. I just don't know where I'm going to get a lot of cows.
Plus, it says here that the buttery part of the milk or the fat can be used as magical grease in certain blood ritual magic. That seems too dark for my liking, but that's what it says.
Hey, let's keep our minds open. Okay, so he'll start on this list. Great options. Now, seeing in the dark.
Yes.
I'm gonna die if I have to walk into a dark cave.
That seems dramatic.
Oh, you should see some of these things that have come at me. Arrows, flying arrows.
They have shields for that.
Well,
And armor.
uh,
You look like
Well-
one who can make armor yourself.
but if I don't know where it's coming from, I'm gonna die. So, what are my options?
Have you seen Olivax? He wears armor. It covers his entire body. He doesn't wear a helmet, but you can make a helmet and then you would be covered.
Mom. That's not gonna help me see in the dark.
Understood. Well, if you're wanting to be able to see in the dark, you can take that eye and
Eat it?
it looks like you need glass created by a dragon's breath.
I know a dragon.
I can do that for you.
They're awesome.
But then it also says that it has to be a certain type of sand, though, that must be used.
There's
Sand from a beach. There are no beaches here. Only rivers and lakes and ponds. So that'll be tough. But if you can bring me the sand.
we'll figure it out.
Well, let me ask you this. Where you guys are from, are there any beaches near where you live?
There's got to be at least one, right?
Yes. there are
Wait,
many
there's no beaches here?
No beaches.
What kind of place is this?
This is the land of the Fae,
Okay.
the land of chaos. I have books on this subject if you'd like. I lent one to your friend Enzo last time.
Let's stay focused. I love you, but we got to stay focused. Okay. Are there any other options?
Not that I have in this book, no.
Okay. Well, So, Wink, can you copy this one too?
On it, boss.
Well,
Well, go get some rest, and hopefully you look different in the morning
yes, yes, yes.
or in the at night. I don't
What's
know.
number 2 and 3 on the list? Do you know?
What?
2 and 3 on the list, and do they have to go in order?
What was 2 and 3? Remind me, please. 2 and 3?
On the cure list? I can't read Elvish.
Oh, yes. Well, this one says to soak yourself in mud that has been it says includes a goat.
Do we have a goat?
There are lots of goat-looking creatures here.
Okay. Do you know if these have to go in order, or can I just do them in any order?
These is specifically for different diseases or curses. There are some magics, it says, that lift curses. There's one specifically called Remove Curse.
Oh, do you know that?
I don't know that one.
Does Bonbon, or whatever his name is,
Who is Bonbon?
the guy who knows where a gate is, so we can leave this place?
Oh, Balubas. Oh no,
Balubas.
he's not a magic. He's a charms person. You'll see when you meet him. It'll all make sense.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Good night.
Well, see you later. And I'm gonna walk up and give her a hug on the leg.
She will just sigh and not move. She's never been hugged before.
I can't wait to tell Thad about our new family, and I'm just gonna go run to bed.
Okay. All right. Anything else anyone wants to do before you take your long rests officially?
I have a meta question because it would thematically be cool if my character leveled up to learn to the mage, whatever, the spell thief. If I learned the magic from the dragon, if we leveled up right now. If not, I don't want to talk to the dragon.
Okay. I will not spoil when you guys level up. But you haven't leveled up as of right this second. All right, so I need Tink to make a Constitution save for me.
Can I cast guidance?
No, you're sleeping.
That is an 8.
Okay. And you guys dream, all of you dream about meeting sages and people that are very knowledgeable, and you guys have discussions with them about things that you're interested in. So Waldo, you talk to them about rocks and animals and plants, and Wink, you talk to people about like theorizing about businesses and the best way to make money and ways to cast magic in unforeseen ways. Olivax, you have discussions about how to be truly honorable and be a better leader. Thaddan, you talk with people about the best ways to surprise and ambush people, as well as how to get information the most efficient way possible. And Enzo, you talk to people about how running a bar and stories and books and things that you've read and are interested in. As you wake up, Tink, you still look the same. Everyone else wakes up. And she will ask you whoever she sees first, if you guys are leaving now. And if so, she can cast the spell to lead you to Balubas.
I will wake up in a great mood with some extra bounce in my step after a lovely night's rest, and go down and say good morning to her and look around and say, hey, you said you had some paintings. Do you mind if I look through them?
Oh, yes, I have many paintings. Go ahead. Most of them are from the same artist. Apparently, he worked for a very, very powerful individual who always requested the same characters to be painted. So go ahead and look through them if you'd like.
I'll walk over and start thumbing through. Do I see anything interesting?
Yeah, you see some really cool paintings. Let me describe some of them for you. If I get there quick enough.
Do you have any examples?
I don't have visuals, but I have descriptions.
Too bad.
Okay, you see one called, and you recognize this entity. This one is called Ramses and the Kraken, and it has a signature at the bottom by Arjun Jain. And it's depicting this small reddish colored octopus bravely battling a fearsome kraken with lightning flashing in the background and the sea churning around them. You see another one.
Do I get like so excited when I see it, like my heart?
Yeah, you know this. You know this series. Yeah, you go.
Oh my gosh! What about the name on the bottom? Do I recognize it?
You don't recognize the name.
Okay.
Arjun Jain. You see one where an octopus is sitting on a throne made of gold, surrounded by treasure and jewels, and the title, The King of the Lair.
It's the little red one again?
Yep, same one. You see another one with the same octopus lounging on a divan in a luxurious room filled with silks and velvets, and the title of this one is called The Sultan of Comfort.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You see another one with it lounging in a hammock with a tropical drink in one of its tentacles, and it's called The Islander's Delight.
Oh.
And as you guys come out, you see like Enzo like fangirling over these paintings.
And I'm going to look over at them and be like, guys, look what they have. Look at these pictures.
Do you know he has a weird inspiration? His child was born with 8 legs. And he wanted them to make him feel normal and special, so he started painting octopuses. It's kind of weird, right?
You know this person?
He's in my book. Just a small path.
That's his child, huh?
I don't know. Small passage. That's all I know.
This is a book series, guys. This is like the greatest adventure book series of all time. Have you guys not heard about this?
Does the hero die at the end?
Well, I haven't read the whole series.
Well, if he doesn't die at the end, it's not very realistic.
Tethra will chime in. These books are actually pretty hard to find. I have the second one. I've only read the first 4. Basically, it's this guy and octopus who like go on adventures together. It's very awesome. Enzo, do you have any of these books? I would be willing to trade.
Did you say Tethra?
I'm sorry. I didn't say, did I say Tethra?
Oh,
If I said Tethra, I did not mean to say Tethra.
here's her club back.
I've read the first one, I think.
Do you have it by chance? I would be willing to trade you the second one for the first one. The first one's my
I
favorite.
could. I mean, I brought 2 books with me. I've been reading about my new my class and been learning about that lately. Let me check to see if I put it in my pack. I might have been the one to have it. And my book club would be so excited. I think we only have the first. We only have the first one. Yes, I have it here.
Yes!
The
Let
Cursed
us
Treasure.
trade. The Cursed Treasure. Oh, I've been wanting to read this book. Let me give you the second one. It's somewhere in here.
You really had that book, Enzo?
Yes,
Yeah, he pulls it out.
It's the greatest series ever written.
The
It's
heck?
How could you
And we
know
only
that
have
if you
the first
never
book.
finished it?
and my whole group have read it over and over and over. It's our favorite book to read.
He's an
But
optimist.
we only have the first in the series. They'll be excited to see that I found the second book.
She will hand you the second book, which is called The Haunted Castle.
The Haunted Castle.
I light it on fire right in front of. No, I'm just kidding.
And your head falls to the floor by the oven sword.
This series is written by Caterina di Venezia, my favorite author.
Mm.
All right. Well, are you guys ready to leave?
Did I learn anything about my giant piece of wood?
Oh, yeah, you did. Let me pull that up.
Oh, while you pull that up, Waldo, do you happen to have any rocks or mini rocks from the beach by any chance? Maybe some beach sand.
Do you need a rock from the beach?
I think maybe if we could crush it up so Lysara can blow on it to make some glass. I don't know if that would work for what I need. But do you have anything like that?
I mean, I have some rocks.
From the beach? Specific?
I don't really go to the beach very often. I might have one in here. Let's see. Here, try this one.
It's okay, Waldo.
You want
Never-
me to crush it?
No, just keep it. Hold on to it for now.
Here, you
right.
hold it, and I'll smash it with the club.
Oh boy. I don't. It's a good idea. Oh, Tara, what were you saying?
Yeah, the Great Club. It's called, I'll send this to you after, but it's called Nymph's Lament. It's made of magical wood infused with the sorrowful energy of a grieving nymph. It causes enemies to become overwhelmed with sadness. Basically, what it happens, if you hit a creature, they have to make a wisdom saving throw or be affected by the slow condition until the end of their next turn.
The slow condition.
I will send this to you so you can make an
You made up
item.
a condition, huh?
Yeah, I did. What else? I forgot. Wink. She does show you that she did find the alarm spell for you. If you have magical ink, you can copy that.
Fabulous.
It'll take you an hour to copy it. So if you have that, cool. You can add that to your spells, whatever.
While he's doing that, I wanted to ask you, I feel really close to the Fae here, and I've learned if I get stronger, I can get a power that'll give me a way to travel called Misty Step and another choice of a spell. Is there anything around here where I could learn how to do that as I get stronger?
There are many ways that you can practice. Yeah, if you want to spend a couple days here, I can teach you how to cast that spell. It's pretty difficult to cast, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. But it does take some can never cast it because it is the way of the weave, but I'm willing to try with you if you'd like. Just need a couple days, maybe more, depending on how quickly you learn.
What do you guys want to do? Are you willing to stay a couple days and hang out with the boggles and read, or do you guys want to get out of here now?
Yeah, I am. Guys, let's stay a while.
We don't seem to have anything pressing back at home to get back
Oh,
to.
Who,
All I
who
can
was
think of is a disappointed wizard.
who was the person, the name that we got who could help us escape? Or leave here?
Belubus.
Beluvus.
And she said she would cast a spell that would take you directly to him, like lead you to him.
Gotcha.
But it's still like a half day walk, right?
Mhm.
Travel.
Yep. Depending on how many trees are in your way.
Personally, I do not think we should spend a second more in this chaos cursed place than is necessary. My rations are not low yet, but again, I don't trust any food in this place. Personally, I think we should get out of here as quickly as possible, but I am not the leader of our merry band.
Well, I don't
Well,
know
you
if we have
have-
a leader. I think we're all just voting on things.
You have 3 to vote to stay, 1 to vote to leave.
Waldo?
I want to go home. They don't have bathrooms. And I had to just go in the corner.
Waldo.
Why does Waldo are? He lives in the woods.
Well, the world, this whole world can be your bathroom. And think of all the plants and animals that you'll never get a chance to see again.
And now no one will go in there, and I don't want to go in there either. And you know
Chad,
what? I'm gonna go in here next.
Chad, your old man energy is amazing.
Waldo threatens to go to the bathroom in your sleeping chambers. So 2 to leave, 3 to stay, 2 to leave. Olabax, you are muted. Leave.
My
So
name's
3 to leave,
Olabax,
3 to stay.
and this place is not of Bahamut. We should totally leave.
All right, so you guys are tied at 3 and 3. Someone will have to change their minds if you're going to go that route.
I do a ventriloquist thing and I say, stay. Oh,
Well, brother, where did that come from?
Could you break the tie, Lysara? Should we stay or should we leave?
Oh, I vote that you stay.
Ah, guys, there we have it.
I mean, are we gonna let Olivex tell the boggles to let us go? Is that how we're gonna count these numbers, my brother?
Just want you to hurt Twinkie, and you're not gonna lay a finger on her.
No one's gonna touch Twinkie.
So,
Well, I bet there's something here for all of us to learn. If you look, I think we can be better if we stay a few more days. I mean, just ask and see if there's something else that would, make it worth your while.
Think of the special rocks. Waldo.
something to consider is how many more days here is years home.
Or vice
Or
versa.
maybe it's nothing.
Maybe time hasn't passed at all.
Or maybe it goes backwards.
I'm just saying that's a gamble you are inviting that may not be needed.
Do you have something to get back to?
Yes, a place that makes sense.
Well, you just got to learn the new laws.
I don't think that's possible for beings like us.
Uh, don't be so short-sighted, brother. And I'm just gonna pick up my pack and I'm gonna walk back to our bedroom and lay it all out.
Waldo, are you locked and loaded?
Waldo, let's go find some rocks.
I don't like this place. You're popping pimples. They're pissing all over us. We gotta get out of here. Look at you.
My best chance to survive and get better is here. And I need your help. I need to go find a goat.
You know where goats are? At home.
Well, not these goats. Is there anything on the list, DM? Is there anything on the list that could be done easier here?
There is like getting kissed by a nymph.
I'm just gonna like highlight the ones that we can do here, and I say we can't leave until these are done. Look at my knees. Daddy is.
Wasn't it implied that this was a curse? There are clerics at home who could break this curse. How many clerics live here, brother?
How many clerics know more than an ancient dragon?
She's gonna chuckle. I'm not an ancient dragon. But almost.
Not
Maybe
now.
one day.
Not now, Mom. Oh,
Sorry.
Dad,
Told us you were a lizard.
Mom?
she adopted us.
Dumpkins.
It's a long story. But now we have a mom. We're part of a family.
We've been part of a family.
But now it's one bigger.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna start circling things on the list.
Circle about 8 or 9 things
Okay.
that you could do here.
Wink, what is it that is keeping you here?
Wink is AFK currently, studying the book and falling asleep.
I get it.
My bad. It's my bedtime.
You're fine. Cam, why can I never remember your character's name?
His name
Enzo.
is Enzo.
Enzo, son of a gun. Enzo, why would you like to stay here?
She could possibly teach me Misty Step.
Oh, goodness. And
There's
that's
got to be something here you can learn.
of course there's something you could learn this at home as well.
There's someone you know that could teach me Misty Step at home.
I do know people who know this spell, yes.
Will they teach it to me?
They may teach it to
It
you,
may.
but unfortunately I have no guarantee for you, as much as I would have loved to.
Okay, well,
advise
it's
you.
3-3. How do you and your brother, when you guys don't agree on something, how do you guys figure out what you're going to do next?
Oh, one of us usually lies to the other one and it ends up biting us in the butt.
So you don't have like a flip a coin or Rochambeau or nothing like that?
Well, for big decisions, we think base cost should be big, so we will stand close and toss a knife into the air, and whoever the knife cuts is the one who is, cursed, so to speak. So we do with the opposite, what
The
the opposite
loser.
person wanted.
If you get cut, it's the other one goes. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not fair. I'm ill. So it's not fair.
I'll do it with you.
No, he knows how to trick you.
No, we'll use my dagger.
Oh boy.
All right. We'll get close. I'll offer to toss it if you would like me to.
No, I would like Olivex to toss it.
Seems a little biased, but okay.
I'm gonna walk over and cast guidance.
Also seems biased because Olivex wants to leave.
He is honored.
He obliges.
He obliges.
Of course.
I cast guidance on Enzo.
To stand there.
Olivex says he would never cheat. Of course.
I would never cheat.
All right, so how do we do this? We just roll a 20.
Or the DM rolls and or
I'm rolling. Or if Trent rolls, he can roll. A d20. And then one of you picks odds and one of you picks evens.
I'm an even kind of man.
And I'm a bit odd.
All right.
All right, I'll roll.
Okay, go ahead. Make sure you roll on the roll 20 so we can, or not roll 20, but you know what I mean.
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Hey,
Who's evens?
I am evens.
You guys leave.
You're cut.
Ah!
No, that means he gets cut.
I told you he would cheat. You
Wait,
never let
okay, so if he gets cut, then you stay, right?
Oh, I thought okay, if that's how we're doing it, that's fine.
I have a headache. I don't remember the rules. I'm gonna go lay down.
I thought it was whoever gets cut, right?
I
Whoever.
guess that's what he said, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I just didn't know if the number was the winner or the loser.
That's what I assumed, because if you get it, then you lose.
That's
Okay.
fine. I'm
Alright.
not arguing against it.
I
Alright,
would
so
just like to remind everyone that my mind is being infiltrated and it's getting worse.
It's getting worse.
It seems to be.
Here, I have a list.
So if we want to just
I have a
dilly
list.
dally for 2 days, I
All
might
of that
become your
list
enemy.
of numbers.
Business operate efficient. 34.
Let's go, Olivex. Let's go find a goat. Come on.
What?
It might cure us. Come.
We have goats at home. We gotta go find this Balubala, and we gotta do a favor for Balubas too.
You don't know.
We've already flipped the dagger.
The dagger has spoken. You guys are
No.
staying. All right. So you guys are staying. I'm assuming you're just talking to Lysara the whole time and trying to get information and learn things. She would
With pictures, druidic or elvish maybe.
she will give you she'll direct you to the paintings. She does have books with plants with pictures.
I'll just look at the pictures of outside because we can't go outside, like a dog looking out the window.
And during these couple days, you guys will level up to level 3.
I want to know how the Boggles and the Shadow Goblins and Moka are doing.
Yeah, Moka is basically Lysara. After you guys were like sleeping, you see her interacting with them and like teaching them things and asking how they do certain things. She talks to Moka and like helps him with his cooking, which he appreciates and is starting to see like, okay, this person is actually really knowledgeable about certain things. So it seems like he's starting to warm up to her. The Boggles like have a massive pillow fight every night before they go to sleep, which is very distracting for you guys.
Waldo
And
would be in there and he would be hitting them extra hard because he's kind of
Okay.
annoyed with them.
Also they hide under your beds, and like when you guys wake up in the morning and are like groggy, Like they're like trying to scare the crap out of you. They like stole Mocha's lantern to like hide under one of your beds, and you like can't see, and then they would scare you. So yeah, a lot of that going around. She surprisingly hasn't had a lot of trouble keeping them away from her stuff, like her corner. What else? Yeah, so you guys
Does Mocha's thing? Does Mocha promise to give us a reward if we got them their lantern back? Do we cash that in?
Oh, that I'm glad you remembered that.
if you speak to Mocha, he will tell you that you did not bring him his thing back, and he'll also say, "You are always rude to me. Every time I speak to you, you speak to me as if I am beneath you."
I'm gonna look down at Mocha and be like, "You are beneath me.
You literally are. I mean, look.
We're the
It's
same
mine.
height. That is neat."
Yes, I am shorter than you in stature, but I am not shorter than you as far as our worth.
I think that's a translation problem, because I mean, maybe our goblin dialect is just different.
Oh, it for sure is different.
Mocha, I think there's a misunderstanding. How are you liking your life here? Better, worse than with your giant?
It is different, not better or worse.
Do you see the opportunities that are going to come to you from this that would never have come to you before?
As I have stated many times to you, we'll see.
I'm gonna drop something in front of Mocha. Does Mocha try to catch it or just let it fall?
What is it?
It will be
What
a
are you
coin.
dropping?
I'm gonna drop a silver piece.
He's gonna let it fall to the ground.
Okay. I'm like, Mocha, why'd you let that fall?
Because money means nothing to me. It only serves as a reminder of my people dying by their greed.
And I'm gonna pick up the coin, but you could have caught it, Mocha. We change the future and influence it with every decision. I do not look at you as if I'm better than you. I look at you because there are certain truths in this world that have been taught to me with blood. Perhaps they were not taught to you the same method. I'm gonna pocket the coin and be like, I was not trying to buy you, Mocha, just simply give you a demonstration that your future is determined by you. With the giant, you are nothing more than a pawn. Here, you are being taught, you are learning. True time will tell if this is truly better for you or not. But opportunities are here, and you must admit that never would have come to you with the giant.
You lecture me as if I am a child.
Is that a lesson? Did you know those conclusions or no, Mocha?
Of course I knew these conclusions.
Well, you're not
With
communicating.
Tethra, I had freedom. No one looking over my shoulder, telling me I could do things better or in a different way. I could do things how I want, and always I want. However, obviously I will learn more things, which is great, but at the cost of never knowing if I could do it on my own.
Mocha, that might be the wisest thing you've ever said. Everything has a price. To me, this is one much more easily and pleasantly paid. But perhaps I was the one being foolish, thinking that it was a price. It was be the same for you.
You underestimate me, and you overestimated Tethra. She was better than what this lizard led on.
I'm gonna look at the clean surroundings, the books, and be like, if you say so. I am a stranger here. You are not. I'm gonna go try to steal one night. I'm gonna try, like our last night, I'm gonna try to steal that lantern from Mocha.
Okay. Can you see in magical darkness?
No, I cannot see
Okay.
magical darkness.
I also whispered
But,
to leave. That was
but
very tiring. You should say that to me before I go to bed every night because that was really good.
I'll work on it. But I will inquire of the dragon to start teaching me, not as she's teaching everyone else. I want to learn much more subtle and manipulative magics that will open doors to me that would never have come without its skill, I guess. This knowledge.
Okay. Sounds good.
Is that a possibility? Are we able to learn things that are outside of class or no?
I'm using it as a story excuse for why I get the subclass that I do.
Yeah, I envision like I mean, your class and stuff is just a reflection of like who your character is. It's not the opposite way around. So it's like you can learn things and you can learn spells and say that she taught you, where it was like, oh, your class or your subclass gave you this, but story wise it was this. I like that a lot more. So faux show. So we'll end with you guys leveling up, and on your last day, if you want to learn specific things that you don't wish to play out in game, just hit me up and I can message you what you would have learned. Or like something outside of your class or character sheet, basically. Let me know. But yeah, that's what we'll end with. Basically, you guys leaving on the last day. Basically, this third morning. You guys are staying 2 days. So
What's the club called?
the club, I'll send you that after.
Oh, it's not added. Okay.
No, nope. And we'll Ryan, if you want to roll to see if you can snatch it. I mean, it's always with him, Moka. The Boggle stole it one night, but they like teleport with it to bring it back. They all also cannot see in it, so it's like just as much of a detriment for them than it is to you guys. So if you want to roll like a sleight of hand to steal, DC will be 25.
Would I have my subclass?
Yes.
Okay. I'm looking up. I'll look up the spells and then I'll hit you up during the week to see if I'm able to, what my plan is.
Cool
I
beans.
also have one question about leveling up. Is I get a packed weapon? Am I able to use the Sword of Stars as my packed weapon?
I believe you can choose any weapon to be your packed weapon.
It says I can't. You can't do it for a sentient or a artifact.
Then no, you cannot. That's what the rules say.
Okay. Because they don't. You can't like make them disappear, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I
Yeah,
also
that's a
want to
bummer.
put in